What if I told you there are three magic words that can instantly make women feel drawn to you? And no, I'm not talking about I love you. This is something even more powerful, something that taps into a deep emotional need most people don't even realize they have. And these three words are like a secret key to creating an instant connection. Whether you're on a first date, talking to someone new, or trying to reignite the spark in a long-term relationship. Let me paint you a picture of, imagine you're out for coffee with a woman you've been wanting to get to know better. The conversation is flowing, she's laughing at your jokes, and there's this undeniable chemistry between you. But then, you say these three magic words and suddenly her eyes light up. She leans in closer and you can feel the energy between you shift. It's like you've unlocked a hidden level of connection that wasn't there before. Here's the thing, these words aren't about manipulation or playing games. They're not some cheap pickup line or trick. They're about creating a genuine emotional connection that makes her feel seen, heard, and valued. They tap into something deep inside her and need to feel understood and appreciated. And when you say these words, it's like you're speaking directly to her heart. But here's the catch. Most people don't even realize the power of these words. They go through life missing opportunities to connect because they don't know what to say or how to say it. And then that's where this video comes in. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly what those three magic words are why they work, and how you can start using them in your own life. Whether you're looking to attract someone new, deepen an existing relationship, or just become a better communicator, this video is for you. So if you're ready to unlock the secret to creating instant connections, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to say and why it works. Let's dive in. Hey, everyone. Adam Stone here from Stoic, your ultimate destination for practical wisdom, personal growth, and mastering the art of relationships. If you're new here, first of all, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. This channel is all about cutting through the noise, ditching the fluff, and focusing on what actually works in life. Love and everything in between. Between whether you're looking to improve your relationships, build confidence, or just become the best version of yourself. You're in the right place, and if you've been here before, welcome back. It's always great to see you. I truly appreciate every single one of you who takes the time to watch these videos, leave comments, and be part of us community. Your support means the world to me, and I'm here to make sure you get the most value out of every video. Now let's talk about today's topic, because this one is a game share. We're diving into the three magic words that can instantly make women feel drawn to you. And before you roll your eyes and think, oh, another gimmick, let me stop you right there. This isn't about manipulation, pick-up lines, or playing games. This is about understanding human psychology, creating genuine connections, and tapping into the emotional needs that drive attraction. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a networking event and I struck up a conversation with someone who was incredibly charismatic within minutes. I felt like we had known each other for years, and you know what? It wasn't because they were the most attractive person in the room or because they had the most impressive job title. It was because of the way they made me feel. They used these three magic words, sometimes directly, sometimes subtly, and it completely changed the dynamic of our conversation. That experience stuck with me, and I started noticing how these words showed up in all kinds of relationships, romantic, professional, even friendships. And the more I studied it, the more I realized how powerful these words can be. They're not just words, they're tools for creating connection, building trust, and making people feel valued. Whether you're single and looking to meet someone new in a relationship, and wanting to deepen your connection, or just curious about how communication works, this video is for you. I've spent years studying human behavior communication and what makes relationships truly work. And today I'm sharing everything I've learned with you. So if you're ready to unlock the secret to creating instant connections, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Section 1, the power of emotional connection. All right, before we get into the 3 magic words, let's talk about why they work at the core of every strong connection, whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional. His emotional connection isn't just about making someone feel good in the moment. It's about creating a sense of safety and trust that allows the relationship to grow and deepen. Over time, when someone feels emotionally connected to you, they're more likely to open up, be vulnerable, and invest in the relationship. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're on a date and the conversation is flowing. You're talking about your favorite travel destinations, and she mentions a trip she took that was really meaningful to her. Instead of just nodding along or changing the subject, you say something like, "That sounds amazing. What was it about that trip that made it so special for you?" Do you see what just happened? You didn't just acknowledge her story. You invited her to share something personal. You showed her that you're genuinely interested in her experiences and her feelings. And that's what emotional connection is all about. Here's another example. Let's say you're at a party and you're talking to someone new. They mention that they've been feeling stressed lately. Instead of offering unsolicited advice or brushing it off, you say something like, "That sounds really tough. How have you been handling it?" Again, you're not just listening, you're showing empathy. You're letting them know that you care about how they feel, not just what they're saying. And that's a powerful way to build connection. Now let's talk about why this matters. When you create an emotional connection with someone, you're tapping into a deep human need. We all want to feel understood, valued, and appreciated. And when someone meets that need for us, we're naturally drawn to them. That's why these 3 magic words are so powerful. They're not just words, they're tools for creating emotional connection. They show the other person that you see them, you hear them, and you value them. And when you do that, you create a bond that goes beyond surface level attraction. But here's the catch. Emotional connection doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention, effort, and a willing to be present. It's about putting your phone down, making eye contact, and really listening to what the other person is saying. It's about asking thoughtful questions, showing empathy, and being genuinely curious about their experiences. And let me give you one more example. Imagine you're out for coffee with someone and they're telling you about a challenge they're facing at work. Instead of jumping in with advice or trying to one-up their story, you say something like, "That sounds really frustrating. How are you feeling about it?" Again, you're not just listening, you're creating a space for them to share their emotions. And that's where true connection happens. So as we dive into these 3 magic words, keep this in mind. It's not just about what you say it's about how you make the other person feel. When you focus on creating emotional connection, everything else falls into place. And here's a pro tip: emotional connection is a 2-way street. It's not just about making the other person feel good. It's about being open and vulnerable yourself. When you share your own thoughts, feelings, and experiences, you create a sense of reciprocity. So as we move into the next section, remember, this emotional connection is the foundation of every strong relationship, and these 3 magic words are your tools for building that connection. Let's dive in. Section 2. The first magic word you were right. Let's dive into the first magic word. I know what you're thinking. Oh, wait, that's it. Just the word you. But here's the thing. This word is so much more powerful than it seems. When you use it intentionally, it shifts the focus of the conversation onto the other person, making them feel seen, valued, and appreciated. And that's where the magic happens. Let me break this down for you. Think about the last time someone made you feel truly special. What did they say or do? Chances are they focused on you. They asked about your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. They made you feel like you were the most important person in the room. And that's exactly what the word you can do when used correctly. Here's an example. Imagine you're on a date and you're talking about your favorite hobbies instead of just talking about yourself. You turn the conversation back to her by saying something like, "You have such interesting hobbies. What got you into specific hobby? Do you see what just happened? You didn't just talk about yourself. You showed genuine interest in her. You made her feel like her thoughts and experiences matter. And that's a powerful way to create connection. Now, let's talk about why this works when you focus the conversation on the other person. You're tapping into a deep human need, the need to feel seen and understood. We all want to feel like we matter, like our thoughts and feelings. Surface level details, and that's the foundation of every strong relationship section for the third magic word. Because, all right, let's dive into the third and final magic word. Because now this one might seem a little unexpected, but trust me, it's just as powerful as the others. While the word you helps you focus the conversation on the other person, and the word feel taps into their emotions. The word because adds depth, reasoning and intentionality to your words. It's the secret sauce that makes your compliments, statements and questions feel more meaningful and memorable. Let me break this down for you. Think about the last time someone gave you a compliment that really stuck with you. What did they say? Chances are they didn't just say, "You're great." They gave you a reason. They said something like, "You're great because you always know how to make people feel comfortable." That little word because turns a generic compliment into something personal and impactful. Here's an example. Imagine you're on a date and you want to compliment her. Instead of just saying, "You're amazing," you say something like, You're amazing," because you have such a unique way of looking at the world. Do you see what just happened? You didn't just give her a compliment. You gave her a reason to believe it. You showed her that you've been paying attention to who she is and what makes her special. And that's a powerful way to create connection. Now, let's talk about why this works, the word. Because adds depth and intentionality to your words. It shows that you're not just saying something to be nice. You're saying it because you mean it. And when someone feels like your words are genuine and thoughtful, they're more likely to feel seen, valued, and appreciated. Here's another example. Let's say you're at a social event and you're talking to someone who's just given a presentation. Instead of just saying, "Great job," you say something like, "Great job," because you explained such a complex topic in a way that was easy to understand. Again, you're not just acknowledging their effort, you're showing them that you noticed the specific things they did well. And that's a powerful way to create connection. Now let's talk about context, the word, because it's most powerful when it's used in a way that feels natural and authentic. It's not about overloading every sentence with reasons. It's about using it intentionally to add depth and meaning to your words. For example, let's say you're out for coffee with someone and they're telling you about a recent achievement. Instead of just saying, "That's awesome," you could say that's awesome because I know how hard you've been working on that." Do you see the difference? Like, you're not just congratulating them, you're showing them that you've been paying attention to their journey. You're making your words feel more personal and meaningful. And here's another key point: tone and delivery when you use the word. Because pay attention to how you say it. Are you speaking with sincerity? Are you making eye contact? Are you smiling? These nonverbal cues are just as important as the words themselves. They're your way of saying, "I mean this." And I want you to know. Let me give you one more example. Imagine you're at a party and you're talking to someone who's been feeling unsure about a decision they made. Instead of just saying, "You made the right choice," you say something like, "You made the right choice because you trusted your instincts." And that's something I really admire about you. Again, you're not just reassuring them, you're giving them a reason to feel confident in their decision. You're showing them that you see their strengths and value their perspective. So the next time you're in a conversation, try using the word. Because intentionally add depth and reasoning to your compliment, meant statements and questions. Show the other person that your words are thoughtful and genuine. And here's a pro tip. Don't just use, because in compliments, use it in questions too. For example, instead of saying, "Why did you choose that career?" you could say, What made you choose that career? Because it seems like such a perfect fit for you. This shows that you're thinking about their choices and what makes them unique. Remember the word because is a powerful tool for adding depth and intentionality to your words when you use it. Intentionally, you show the other person that you're paying attention, that you care, and that your words are genuine. And that's the foundation of every strong relationship, section 5. Putting it all together, all right? Now that we've broken down the 3 magic words you feel, and because let's talk about how to put them all together in real life conversations. Because here's the thing, these words aren't just powerful on their own, they're unstoppable when you combine them. Let me walk you through an example. Imagine you're on a date and she's telling you about a recent trip she took. Instead of just nodding along or saying something